a proclamation honoring Councilor William C. Withers, Jr. upon his retirement from City Council. Whereas William C. Withers, Jr. began his public service to the City of Fredericksburg by serving on the school board from 1988 to 1991 and the City Council from 2002 to 2006 and again from 2014 to 2021. And whereas Councilor Withers was vice mayor and served on numerous boards and commissions, such as the George Washington Regional Commission, the Fredericksburg Area Metropolitan Planning Organization, the Virginia Railway Express, the Rappahannock Regional Solid Waste Management Board, the Rappahannock River Basin Commission, the University of Mary Washington's Town and Gown, and Fredericksburg Main Street Board. You didn't miss mine. Whereas Councilor Withers supported the Rappahannock River Conservation Easement in April of 2006, thereby conserving approximately 4,200 acres of riverfront land owned outside of the city limits along the Rappahannock and Rapidan rivers, and was also championing the ongoing protection and cleanup of our canal. And whereas Councilor Withers supported the Riverfront Park project, which will have a significant economic impact by bringing people to the downtown to attend events and enjoy the space and views of the Rappahannock River. And whereas Councilor Withers was committed to being thoroughly informed about issues before voting on them and was often the first to read the council packet and ask questions of the staff. And whereas Councilor Withers advocated tirelessly for elderly and disabled homeowners and spoke often about the financial impact of council's decisions to this population and cared greatly about the quality of life in our neighborhoods in general. And now, therefore, I, Mary Catherine Greenlaw, Mayor of the City of Fredericksburg, Virginia, on behalf of the City Council, do hereby recognize for 16 years of public service on behalf of the citizens of Fredericksburg, Virginia, Councilor William C. Withers, Jr.
Thank you. Needless to say, it's been an honor and a privilege to serve as, the citizens of Fredericksburg. I'm proud of what this council has done and what previous councils has done and mayors while I've been on council. I think we've done a lot of good work to make the city of Fredericksburg a better place. I think we've probably made a few mistakes, but I think any of you that have been at the top of the dog and had to make final decisions know that everything that you do, every decision that you make doesn't always work out the way you planned it. So we'll take credit for the good and the bad and the ugly. I'm most proud of the civility that this council and previous councils have shown to each other. We've made decisions, we haven't always agreed, but we've been civil and we've compromised where we needed to. I want to especially thank our staff, our 3 employees. Tanya, who's taking care of me over technical issues along with IT, our city attorney who's done great work for us, and of course our city manager. I'm really proud of the fact that I was on board when we hired these 2 folks. Tanya, I can't take any credit for you. I think you came on in between times that I was off, but I'm extremely proud of that. I want to thank my wife, who's been really my partner in all this. I can't tell you how much her support has meant to me. That's it.
Well, Billy, it has truly been an honor and a privilege to work with you and your dedication, and absolutely, the first one to read word for word, every word. I would be a little embarrassed sometimes. Billy called with a question. I'd say I'm still reading the packet.
Well, thank you. It's been an honor. It really has been a privilege.
Thank you. Anybody else wish to speak? I'll pass the mic along.
We can.
Oh, we have a gift, but I'll let Mr. Kelly.
You want to? Just if I can, just to get it all on there. In addition to what was written in the proclamation, we're also looking at 2 schools, police station, parking garage, and a hotel, all within the first term of Billy serving on this council. I mean, that was kind of a whirlwind time to be on the council, and a lot was accomplished. But I do, first off, also want to give you, I personally believe that the river easement, if I'm looking at back and all the things that we've done, is probably the most important thing we ever did. And I'm going to say this publicly, and I've said it before, that would not have happened if it had not been for Billy. Because we reached some very crucial times in the discussion. It was very contentious going through it. And when it came to making some of the key compromises to get it over the finish line, it was Billy who stood up and said, hey, why don't we do this? This is the best way to approach it. Can we do it this way? When other people who shall remain nameless got a little more hot-headed about things, Billy kind of kept his cool and kept focus on it, and we would not have had that river easement if it wasn't for Billy Withers. And I want to make sure you get the credit due for all the work you did. And there is nobody on this council that I've served with that has spent the time and effort to really dig into the issues the way you have done and come up with the questions and brought forward issues that we need to discuss. Some of us didn't want to hear about and rather not deal with. But, that's what part of the job is, and you were very, very, very good as a council member, and you'll be missed. I'm hoping, as we discussed earlier, that you will still be around to continue to kind of, hey, what you doing? Hey, what you doing? And I know you will. It's been an absolute pleasure serving with you. I think you have a lot to be proud of in what you've done for this community. So thank you very much. Take some time off. Enjoy yourself with Alma. I know Alma, he's got a lot, and now you've got him for a while. And I hope you guys enjoy your time together and get some rest. Thank you.
Thank you. All set.
No, I'll just use this one.
Huh?
I'll just use this one. The mic.
Oh.
Billy, so much has been said, and I'm just going to add a few personal notes, but I've always appreciated our conversations, and you've always been willing to discuss issues, and the perspective you have brought to this council, I think, is invaluable. The fact that you grew up here, have known Fredericksburg and loved Fredericksburg, and know so many people in Fredericksburg, I think that has just added such... You've been such a resource for me, and I know for others. Your reach is far and wide, and I'm gonna cry. I do appreciate always being able to talk about issues with you. We've disagreed on things, but as you said, we've always been civil. We've always been able to understand each other's perspectives, and you've always had Fredericksburg's best interests at heart, and that has just shown through over and over and over. So thank you so much for your service to the school board, to council, and to Fredericksburg. And I know your family has missed you some of these evenings. I hope you get to spend a little more time with Alma, with Andy, Lisa, your grandchildren, and just thank you so much for all you've done.
Mr. Withers, let me say this. I'm glad that you said that we made some mistakes, and I know that you were on council twice, and I'm glad to know that I was on the council with you, the council that didn't make mistakes. so I'm glad you stated that so I could fix it, right? So, Mr. Withers, I hope that I can, continue. I have a passion for the city, right? But it's not about me. But I hope that I can, keep the same passion that you have, like to this day. And I'm just going to touch on one example. and I'll say what the project was. I remember when Sedona was coming here, and we were talking about parking and all these things. And I was new to the council, and the domino effect of what development does, to an area. It was all new to me, and it was new to the city for an establishment like that to come downtown. And I remember meeting with you out there, and you were talking about parking and different issues, and this is before everything that's built now. And I just remember, I was looking at it one way, you were looking at it the other way, and, you simply said, what about the neighbors right here? And when you said it, you didn't say it real nice, Mr. Withers. You said, what about the neighbors? But it was that passion, that you said, well, did you look at this and did you look at that? And it opened up my mind, to start putting a bigger scope on things. That's one example. We've had many conversations, but I appreciate serving, on council with you, with all experience you had. We had the same, grew up in Fredericksburg story, just, a couple of different years apart that we are. But I appreciate all of our conversations, and, you've seen me try some things, and you'd always pull me to the side and say, hey, I'm glad you stuck with it, and I appreciate that. And I hope that I can do the same thing, for someone else in the future that you've done for me, just serving, together. So I appreciate you, Mr. Withers. Thank you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Mr. Withers. Personally, I just want to tell you how much I value your friendship and mentorship. And on a bigger scale, just what you've done, you defined what it meant to be a city councilman. The work and care that you put into everything, I hope can remain a shining example of what it means to be on this council. And I can't thank you enough. Thank you.
Well, Mr. Withers, first I want to thank you for all your help in my technology problems that I've had throughout the years. It's been amazing. No, but actually, what I really do want to thank you for is when I first came on, you were very quick to provide advice from your wisdom, your hard-earned experience, and to show me how to go about the job. This is something that was brand new, and you were able to just walk me through some of the things that you did and show me just how you do it, and as Councilor Kelly had said, with your work ethic and the way that you dig into these things, it just shows how much you care and always will. I know that part's not going to go away, even if you're not going to be sitting here at the Horseshoe. But I just want to let you know that it's rubbed off on all of us. I know I can speak for myself for sure, just to know how to do things the right way, and that has meant just the world to me. And I just want you to know that you're going to be deeply missed. Thank you so much for everything you've done.
You've been a hard boss, a passionate city leader, a true gentleman, and most importantly to me, a good friend. And I will continue to rely on your good counsel moving forward. So be assured of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Manager, and I feel the same towards you.